Hey everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan. And this article that was on the Bitcoin.com, it caught my attention and I'm sure it caught your attention too. Thailand's largest bank snubs Ripple, selects Stellar-based blockchain for cross-border remittances. So the first question you have when you see this title is, did Stellar just steal one of the customers of Ripple? Well, I'm going to pull back the curtains a little bit and I'm going to share with you a few more names that probably should have been mentioned in this article because, let me show you a visual. There are actually a whole lot of names. It is messy, I know, and I made this visual to show you that it is much more complicated than the Siam Commercial Bank just deciding to switch horses here. This is a visual that has many names, many timelines. Behind each one of those timelines is an announcement. And I didn't want to lose you, so we might look at this visual one more time in this video just so that you know that it's just not that simple. So if you own XRP or XLM or both, I think this is going to be a good video for you. So we're going to start at the top. Up in 2017, when Coin1, the exchange, made an investment into the payments company Centbee. And Centbee is in South Korea. They've gone through 4 different rounds of funding. Not a lot of funding, just I think 8.4 million in total, according to Crunchbase. And this is they have one investor in particular I want you to remember, and that is a company called Hanwha. And Hanwha is going to be mentioned in a moment, so I don't want you to forget that. Spark Labs was the incubator or accelerator for Centbee, and that was back in 2015. So they've been around for quite some time. And if we follow those partnerships, so Coin1, the exchange, invested into the payments company Centbee. Coin1 actually got pulled into all of this fold, if you will, into the RippleNet technology back in May 2018 through SBI Ripple Asia. SBI Ripple Asia is a joint venture between SBI Holdings in Japan and Ripple, the company. And they now, as the largest outside shareholder through that joint venture, they have South Korea as their territory. So that's why you see a lot of different deals coming out of South Korea, because Mr. Kitao is busy in this part of the world building partnerships. And you can see this was the first. It was actually the first blockchain partner that they did with the Coinbase. Now, if we go back to looking at my visual, we're going to talk a little bit about the Siam Commercial Bank. This is when SBI Remit brought them into the fold using multi-hop for instant remittances between Japan and Thailand, running on Ripple back in 2018. This was really early, the early days of when Ripple started to lay down those payment rails in Southeast Asia, which is such an important region for their strategy and for their growth going forward. And the interesting thing is that at the time this rolled out, it took 3 months for them to implement. They were kind of highlighting that as only took us 3 months. But now, if you look at the Ripple website, it takes on average just 2 weeks to go live with Ripple now. So it's kind of funny. It shows you how things have improved over the years. Now, if we jump to 2019, Centbee, again, the one company that really should have been mentioned in that article by Bitcoin.com, they partnered with MoneyGram. And what it was is the Centbee would be the first virtual agent in South Korea for MoneyGram. So you can really see how interwoven all these companies are. And then Centbee in March 2020 did a big promotional video for Ripple, becoming that official RippleNet partner, talking about how the technology makes them more efficient. And also, too, it touched on their exploration of considering using the digital asset XRP, but the Korean regulatory authority did not allow that. So we do see that in some countries, the regulations are not yet friendly. And there is probably this, which is the official press release, which would be, in my opinion, a more accurate title. And that is the Lightnet Group forges partnership with Siam Commercial Bank. There's a nuance here. And that nuance is the Lightnet Group is the aggressor. Not in a bad way, but in a business way. And who is this Lightnet Group? They're a fintech company, and they have two key advisors, one of which is Jed McCaleb, previously with the XRP Ledger. He's now the founder and chief architect of Stellar, and David Mazieres, chief scientist at Stellar. So, wow, interwoven. And Lightnet just finished a round of funding, huge, 31.2 million. Here's their group photo, and the people who contributed to that round are listed underneath here. You can see that the 7 Bank, this is 7-Eleven, that has the 69,000 stores worldwide. They own all of these stores here in Japan. And then to the far left is Hanwha. That is the company I didn't want you to forget. So Lightnet has a token. They have a token which is pegged to any fiat, and it is being backed in that partnership with Stellar, used as a bridge currency or a bridge asset to move between two different currencies. It's very similar, not exactly apples to apples because it's back to fiat, but it functions very similar to how XRP functions. And on the Siam Commercial Bank website, you can see the collaborative effort, as it's called, will be about fund transfers from South Korea to Thailand through Centbee. So it's Centbee that is facilitating the remittances. Centbee should be mentioned in that Bitcoin.com article. So are Ripple and Stellar competitors? According to Velo Labs, the economic advisor speaks to that in a very recent podcast on December 10th. Have a listen to what he says in his words.
Points and trying to make sure that the technical solution kind of fits the economic requirements. So that's where like my angle comes in. So I'm not a programmer. I'm more the economic side.
Well, I want to ask you, because reading it, are you, I don't want to say competition, but are you, is your DNA close to, XRP, Stellar?
So, yeah, so I mean, Velo is actually built on the Stellar blockchain, right? It's a sort of a layer 2 solution. So Stellar is amazing, and it's that you could say Stellar is a competition of Ripple, right? And Stellar itself, I think has, in our view, more similar philosophy of what we're trying to do to the world, like get underbanked people able to transfer funds back and forth to each other in a cheaper way and in a fast way. And so that's what we partnered up with Stellar.
So he thinks they are a competitor. So you think Velo is like XRP, Stellar is like the XRP ledger, and Centbee is like Osimo that uses the digital asset XRP. It's a payments company. And the Siam Commercial Bank, well, they definitely are curious to try and compare. I mean, if you were in business, I think you would do the same. Loyalty goes only so far, right? So I'm curious, do you still see Stellar and Ripple as brother and sister? I'm going to leave my comments and opinions for my Patreon members, and I do look forward to having a dialogue with them because I think this is getting very, very interesting, especially when you see that the Velo and Visa just announced at the end of this month with Lightnet, they announced a working partnership. So Velo Labs, Lightnet, and Visa will deploy a payment system solution in Asia. There's a lot going on, that's for sure. Okay, everybody, we are jumping to some fluff. Oh, I did it. Yeah, just a little bit over 10 minutes. That was what I was shooting for. So this is a very, very famous temple in Kyoto. This is called the, what is this? Kiyomizu Temple. Just got a brand new deck on this top portion here. It is really spectacular. I've been up on here twice. Yeah, it's quite it's quite an effort. And there's even another smaller shrine even on top of the hill from here. But it is one of the World Heritage sites, and so it's a must visit when you go to Kyoto. The head monk of this particular temple does a very large kanji character with his calligraphy brush and ink to reveal every year about the same time the word of the year. And it is chosen by votes. This year, the kanji character is mitsu, which means close. So close contact, or, that was the number one kanji to describe the sentiment this year. And so for just about 5 minutes on live TV today, just after 2 p.m., all the channels had it live, because he doesn't tell anybody, the monk doesn't tell anybody what that kanji character is, but uses his fude brush to get a very large calligraphy in a very stylized manner of that character, and everybody just waits on pins and needles to see that, which word is going to sum up the entire year. So it beat out other kanji characters like uchi, which means home, and also another one that came close but didn't win was hen, which means strange. So yeah, we probably had a strange year this year, didn't we? All right, everybody, do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.